Yo, what's good? It's your boy Deadstock Dp coming to you live with another episode of Beyond Deadstock. And today we're in Oakland, California at Lake Merritt, and we're getting ready to film with 10.11 Oak. She know that lifestyle different when she fucking with me. She know that lifestyle different when she fucking with me.
Another
you ain't gotta post a throwback when you, yeah. Highly unlikely that they fucking with me. Putting steps in your book, now the soil different. I ain't Prince Hakeem, but this that royal living. Everything inclusive, baby, go ahead, explore the kitchen. You wanna see them parakeets or them city pigeons. You wanna hop on jet skis, then go skinny dipping. You wanna do the ATVs and jump in white linen. All these niggas talk about it, but I really live it. I brought sand to the beach, so I ain't for self. She said you are what you eat, this ain't a happy meal. I had a smoothie at the beach, cause I'ma shoot for real. I could be frontin' in this bait, but I'm not for real. When we get back to the bay, I'll show you Morgan Hill. Tech Valley, motivate to see my first meal. Keep it 100, Benji, always been my favorite bill. Alright, man, so we made it to the shop, 10.11 Oak. We got the owner with us, Peter. So, man, thank you for having me. So, man, shop, it's real nice, right here by the lake.
Thank you, sir.
Give me the history on it, how you got started, and a little bit about the name also.
So, I opened the shop up about a year and 3 months ago, and, you know, we were first going to open up in, had a place in West Oakland that was going to first open up, and I thought that was kind of a crazy idea to open up a huge sneaker shop out there. So I had this space here, and I've been collecting for, I don't know, 5-6 years now.
Okay.
7 years, 8 years actually. What am I talking about? I've been collecting for about, I've been an active collector for about 8 years, 7 years. I've always had, you know, 20, 30 pairs of kicks on ice. I think for 10, 15 years I would bring from crib to crib with me. And then I started traveling the country, and I was in just random places in the middle of nowhere, and I'd be drawn to the downtown shops, and I'd go to the resale shops, and I'd see, like, you know, random J's in the middle of nowhere. Being, you know, an avid J's guy at one point in my life, I was always drawn to, you know, the rareness of what was available.
Yes.
So I just started buying stuff, bro. I just started, like, I'd be, you know, in Portland one day, hit up all the shops in Portland, come out with like half a dozen pairs, and then next, you know, 2 or 3 days I'd be in Idaho or Kansas, and before I knew it, I had 600 pairs.
So what is a shoe that got you into sneakers?
Oh, growing up, or
even like you said, when you first started collecting, what was the sneaker that, like, man, this is kind of like addicting?
So, you know, I grew up in Queens, and in kind of Flushing, Jamaica Ave area, and, you know, back in the day, there were so many spots you'd go in New York and get kicks, and a lot, you know, when I first started really collecting shoes, I was getting on that whole hype thing. Jordans weren't really even popping yet. You know, it was the shell tops.
Mm-hmm. You
know, it was, you know, in 85, 86, you know, when breakdancing was still like the thing, and I was rocking my Puma suits, and I was real, like that 10, 11-year-old kid popping like George Jefferson down, like, you know.
Yeah.
That was kind of me, and so honestly, for me, you know, one of the things that really triggered my love for sneakers was the shell top, you know, was the Adidas. And then, quite honestly, you know, there was a couple of really central places you'd go in Queens, at least in my area back in the day, which was, you know, the Coliseum, you know, in Jamaica, or Main Street. And Main Street had Busy B, Dr. J's, VRM, and it was also a different time then, bro. You know, like, we didn't care. I mean, when Jordans first came out, they were like, you know, everybody had to have the J's, and but everything was so different then. You know, I was rocking so many different, you know, types of Air Maxes, and a shoe that I love the bows. You know, I was always a kid who rocked stuff I liked. You know, I wasn't somebody like, I'd get the brand name, like I'd get whatever dropped, you know, just to have it, but I wouldn't rock it.
Wasn't going for like the hype or anything like that.
Yeah, like, so I was rocking, like, you know, I remember Tommy Hilfiger back in the day, I think 92, 91. He came out with these shoe series. And to be honest, man, like, nobody was feeling it back then. Nobody was really feeling it. They were like butt ugly, red, white, and blue. Like, he had a whole bunch of just ugly ass just combos. And I was rocking rocking them shits all day. I was the one rocking them ugly ass Tommies. Because then it was basically be different.
Yeah.
It was have your style and floss and be different. Which I tried to really, I mean, my shop is really unique in that sense. I don't think you go into many sneaker shops around the country and see like the amount of SBs that I have or the Air Maxes that I got. I mean, like all this stuff, like my Air Maxes, I have probably a couple hundred pairs at least. I mean, all this was way before any Air Max craze, happened. And when the Air Max craze did happen, I was like, damn, bro, that means like Air Max is gonna go up and everything could be hard to come by. And
oh man, they dropping Air Max like crazy nowadays. 97s, 98s. What's a sneaker here that's probably like the most expensive shoe, or really a shoe that you came across? I was like, man, this is my girl. It's probably like 5,000 or 6,000, but I'm gonna hold on to it. Just
yes, there's a couple pairs like that, man. So for sure, my Michael Lau, my SB Michael Lau.
Okay.
That's I think like a $4,000 or $5,000 shoe. It's not the Friends and Family version, which is even more, and I think the difference just has stars on it.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, man, that Louis Vuitton Kanye right there. That's like about a $3,000-4,000 shoe. Really like my One to Dunk. That's probably my favorite.
That's probably one of my favorites also.
Like, I love that shoe. I mean, and I don't love it just because it's it's an expensive dope. And that shoe is like a shoe that really tells history. It tells history of the whole Dunk series. They did a great job with execution on that shoe, and it just seems like a quality shoe. So if they started doing stuff like that, where that shoe is symbolic of like the heyday of this, of SBs.
Yeah.
So if they start doing, a lot of stuff like that with I think with a little bit of thought and quality, I think sneakerheads will definitely like be drawn to stuff like that.
So coming from New York, have you became a Warrior fan at all? Or?
Oh, for sure, bro. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I was a Warrior fan with the We Believe team.
Okay.
It was hard not to. I'm my man Latrell, bro. So I've been here for a minute, so it's hard not to. It's hard being a Knicks fan, first of all. It's hard being a Knicks fan for God knows how many years. And on top of that, I'm a Mets fan.
Yeah.
So if you know anything about those two teams, man, it's just like the pits, bro. We haven't like been doing anything. So it was really easy to take the Bay Area teams.
Did you make it to any of the parades since you like right here around the corner?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we definitely, I mean, just the energy, bro, was just great. I mean, last year's parade was something special. I mean, last year's parade was really, not this past one, but the one before that, it was just, man, people were just all over the place. I mean, the town was really just buzzing, and it was a little bit more, I think, unchecked than this year's. But I think this upcoming year's parade is going to be a bomb, too.
Okay.
Because, we're doing it again.
Man, that's big. I appreciate you.
All day.
Thank you.
Good looking.
10.11 Oak. Appreciate you guys for having us.